Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HOTFIX, Good Actual Lord. So, Mr. Kirioth, we have there is something we want to speak about today. This has been in the news for quite some time. People like Jim Sterling and other people have absolutely slammed the shit out of this game. And in fact, I think the video Jim Sterling put out on this game was the main reason that this got slammed as much as it did, and rightfully so, because it is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Well, no, it's not Aliens, Colonial Marines, but whatever. It is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. No, it is worse. It's worse. It's worse. It's worse. We want to talk about this Earth year 2066 Steam disaster. No, that's the title of HOTFIX. We want to talk about Earth year 2066, and kind of like the way Steam is going, which is a really shitty way. And I guess we can actually talk about the population of the new games on Steam, the list. Yeah. Where it's just spammed to shit. We can talk about that as well. But Mr. Kirioth, I know you've got some words to say about this. So what I'm going to do, well, hang on, let me change the scene to the fancy webcam one, because I believe you want to talk about the Steam page, don't you, sir?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. We're changing. Oh, we've changed. Oh, baby.
Now, you see, this is the thing, right? In looking at this, I have to admit, I hadn't had much experience with Earth 2066. So I thought, got to do your search, got to look around. And if you look at the Steam page, in fact, I'll give you the about the game. I'll read it in my best narration voice. This is terrible. Earth, year 2066, is a first-person, sci-fi, apocalyptic, open-world game where your main aim is to survive. Set in post-apocalyptic future. I'm trying to correct it as I read it. It's that bad. You take on the role as a survivor of a nuclear war between USA and China. You became a mutant because of radiation. You need to get to the safe place called God's House to survive. Dangerous journey is waiting for you. Earth Year 2066 is inspired by Half-Life and Fallout. Now, here's my first issue, right? If I was, in the market for a post-apocalyptic survival game, and I came across that Steam page, I would look at the thing where it says about the game, I would read it, and immediately think, this guy can't even speak English, why would I buy his game? Now, you could argue, hey, maybe English isn't his first language. And that's probably the case. But, given that my Steam store is in English, I'd say it's fairly important that you write something that is, at least vaguely understandable. Instead of just nonsense drivel.
Look at the features. I mean, like this game is not available on Steam anymore, guys. Steam came out and went, no, this cannot be sold anymore. It is the worst thing ever. And they're giving people refunds, which is, rightfully so, because it was so shit. It was unbelievable. But you look at this, and it's like you said, Kiri, who the hell would even buy this? Because it's like, it says features currently available, early survival mode. There's no full stop there. Right? Now, I'm not a grammar Nazi or any of that shit. I don't care if it was consistent. If there was no full stop on all of these bullet points, I'd be happy with that. However, you'll notice that in the second bullet point, part of the game world with some of the locations, full stop. There it is on the screen.
Yeah.
You can on the screen if you can see it. Droid as playable character. Droid moves like a human with realistic camera movement and freedom of movements. Make nonsense.
Mean anything. And
realistic
also,
damage reaction.
And under early survival mode, in the current state, it's similar with arena mode. What does that even mean? In next versions, we are going to make it with a lot of players, NPCs, exploration, and loot. I'm sorry, but I know you can't judge a book by the cover, but if the book is fucking illegible, then you're not. Why would you want to investigate any further? It's just like. And also,
Oculus Rift
Steam
support.
Greenlight. Steam Greenlight, that's the other thing as well. People voted for this. Now, I know Steam Greenlight's got its issues. People seem to think that it's hilarious to vote for any old shit. And as a result, any old shit gets selected sometimes.
Steam Greenlight is a pretty much a load of shit because it's too easy to game. Okay, Yogscast are a good example of this. Look at their game. That was Greenlit, I think it was, wasn't it? Yog Ventures. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. If it's not, I apologise. But the point kind of stands. They've got such a massive audience. They can say, "Hey guys, check our game out." Gets greenlit. And that's like it can easily be abused in that way. But this game, I don't get why anybody would even say I'm going to buy this game. Like I don't, like you said, like why would you buy a book if you open the first page and they couldn't fucking spell? What the hell? You're supposed to be an author.
Yeah.
I mean, if
And the thing is,
if you're a programmer, right? Listen, programmers, they're not stupid people, yeah? They're not retards or whatever. They know things, right? They know stuff. You would think that they would find somebody who can speak the Queen's English to write a bastardized American version of it for Steam. Not like an illegible. I'm
not
a
like
crazy
broken half
Russian.
English. It's
I don't know what
like-
I'm. Oh God.
And the thing is as well, it's like that. You could say, oh well, all you guys are doing is sitting there picking at the description of the game. Yeah, but the description of the game is a fairly good pointer as to how the rest of the game was. Like the devs made constant talk about how they were going to do this, that, and the other. Oh, it's going to have a crafting system. It's going to be this open world, amazing adventure, and they never delivered on any of it. Like the features list is like non-existent. And it's like, I mean, look at features currently available. I mean, obviously they're not now because the game got removed because it was that terrible. But it's like Droid as a playable character is a feature. Some types of enemies. It's non-descriptive. It's a non-product. It's like, it's just a nothing game. You could put that in anything. Oh yeah, well, in my game that I've just made out of the top of my head, some types of enemies are available because there's one enemy on a blank map. That's technically a feature, and that's exactly what they did. It was like, yeah, here's like a tiny, pared-down version of a game that shouldn't have been greenlit in the first place. Oh, by the way, any chance of early access? Any chance of early access?
Like I like. It's just terrible. Absolutely, that is just fucking terrible. If anybody is watching this and you bought that game, you are a complete idiot. Why would you buy that? Everything, all the marketing material. The goddamn Steam page, which is the main place you would go to buy the thing, is a horrendous nightmare. So you're an idiot if you bought it. You're an idiot. I can't have you.
Yeah.
I can give you a slap.
And, I mean,
but you're an idiot.
When I looked at Rock Paper Shotgun, and they were talking about this. And
let me just bring that up.
Valve have actually said, they've said why they got rid of the game. On Steam, developers make their own decisions about promotion, features, pricing, and publication. However, Steam does require honesty from developers in the marketing of their games. We have removed Earth Year 2066 from early access on Steam, but customers who purchase the game will be able to get a refund on the store page until Monday, May the 19th. Now, here's my biggest problem. That first line. On Steam, developers make their own decisions about promotion, features, pricing, and publication. No. Stop it. This is the main problem, right? This is the biggest issue.
You can make your own decision,
result.
but nobody fucking checks it. That's the problem with Steam.
Yeah.
There's no quality assurance. It's just like, how did they even get on Steam? Like, from a lot of stuff I've read, you get a game on Steam. It's the holy grail, isn't it? You've got a massive audience. It's going to be fucking great. You're going to sell loads, blah, blah, blah. Loads of people are going to see a game. How do you even get on Steam? Like, if I had a game, how would I get on Steam? If I'd made a game which was pretty good, yeah, and I'm looking at these fucking guys, I'm a load of shit 2066. They're on Steam, and I'm like, what the fuck has gone on here? Okay, Greenlight and whatever, but how did that happen? What the hell is going on? And this is just getting more and more prolific on Steam, where Steam used to be a place. Right, Steam's always been expensive. It has always been fucking expensive. And I'll tell you now, if you're somebody who buys your games exclusively off Steam when they're not on a sale, you're a fucking idiot because it's costing you a lot of money. Using Steam as a platform, that's fine. If you're buying games from other places and they're cheaper, that's fine. And as I said, when Steam has sales on, they're pretty good. Buy all the games because they're dead cheap. But it's gone from this place of where you kind of were paying, I guess, a premium because you thought it was this quality outlet. I mean, hell, let me bring up the Steam bloody... let's find it. The
front page of Steam makes me rage now. It's terrible.
Right. Okay, so let me just resize this a sec. So we've got... What have we got here then? So we've got an indie game, Back to Life. We've got Warrior King Battles. We've got Subject 9. We've got G8 Gate. We've got the Whispered World Special Edition. We've got Sweezy Gunner. We've got You Have to Win the Game. We've got Full Bore. And then we've got 8-Bit Boy. And all these have released really quick, which, okay, they're indie games. Okay, I guess. What I'm looking for here is the publisher catalog dumps, which is just terrible. But I mean, even I guess without that, there is a lot of games coming through on Steam now. You can see there's loads of games, and it's like, oh god, we feel this as well. Oh, so you've been haunted. Might actually take a look at that in Luxy. But whatever, we get a lot of games sent to us now, like a ton of games, and like I would show I won't show you my email inbox. But what I'll do is I will not load it in that window because you'll see it. I will open a new window, put the window over there so you cannot see this classified information, and I'll tell you today the games that we've actually received. You'll be quite surprised, provided my PR crew are doing the job, which they should be. Okay, so
PR crew massive.
Right, I've got a game called Agency, but the A is a 4. Werewolves in Space.
Actually, that sounds amazing. Okay. Werewolves in Space.
Grabbles. I don't know what that is. Full Bore and Arcade.
And that's today. That is just today.
Well, that's from like early hours of this morning until now. That's just today. We cannot make, maybe I'll go back a few days. Let's go back a few days. What we got here? Farming World. No. No.
Oh yeah.
I've kind of got spam coming through now, but you get the point. There's a lot of Endless Legend, which I actually want to look at, which I spoke about on the Co-optional podcast the other day, and stuff like that. But there is, like, what I'm saying is there's too much stuff, and Steam is getting a bit like ridiculous, where it just everything is launching all the time, and it's like, what do you look at?
Yeah, and I mean, it's basically turning into a dumping ground for absolutely anything and everything. And the thing is that because Steam takes very little responsibility in terms of checking out quality or even checking out whether the developers should be on in the first place.
They just don't do it.
I mean, in the Rock Paper Shotgun article, it says apparently developer Killing Day Studio also took to deleting complaints from the game's Steam forum, eventually clearing out the whole thing and renaming it The Troll Tavern. Now, I'm sorry.
Hang on.
Steam forum, right?
I've lost the window. Hang on, man. I've lost the window. We've got a technical malfunction. Technical malfunction alert. Oh, that's you. Oh, that's me. Oh, God. We have lost the window. Hang on. What has happened? I shall re-add the window. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, that's...
Whilst you do that, son, let's just appreciate something from this. Like, this wasn't the developer's personal forum on their personal website.
Okay.
This wasn't something they set up. This wasn't a third-party thing. This is the Steam forum, as in it's part of Steam. It is part of the Steam community. And they just were allowed to do whatever the hell they wanted. People bought the game and then said, yeah, where's the updates? We haven't heard anything for 3 months. What's going on? Why is there no map? Why is there no NPCs? Why is there no anything?
Yeah.
And the response was, yeah, fuck you, I'm calling it the Troll Tavern, lol. What the hell is that? That's terrible. Why are they not... And, oh, God. I was going to say why they're not taking any responsibility. They are, but it's taking way too long. They've pointed out in the past, Valve has at least temporarily given the boot to games like The War Z, which is absolutely shit and terrible, and the devs are horrendous, don't ever buy it. Ashes Cricket, which I saw numerous videos of. That was hilariously bad. What the hell was that?
No.
And Dark Matter for similar reasons. So what? It says in the past. It's not really in the past. This is in the space of like the last year. The number of times Valve has had to step in and take games off Steam for being underdeveloped, like piles of shit with no features, it's increased massively. You did not hear of this happening like a couple of years ago, did you? No. Steam was like, oh, look, AAA titles all over the place. Oh, the odd indie title. Oh, that's quite good.
Now, we're not saying indie games are bad. Like, the indie games are good, but there's a large volume of it. And I think they've just got to the point where it's almost like I guess, you know what? It's almost like the Android Play Store. It's like, fuck it, just upload anything. We don't care. When you look at the Apple, the iStore, the iTunes and the App Store, that's regulated heavily. So you don't really get shit. Yeah, you get shit games. I mean, you get a lot of shit apps, but they're not like broken, or
this
not
is the
finished.
thing. I mean, yesterday, during the Cultural podcast, partway through, I can't remember which iOS game you were talking about, but I was on your iPad and I had a look through the App Store, and I was like, hang on, there aren't 18 clones of Flappy Bird on the front page.
Yeah.
With microtransactions. And that's what I'm used to on the Android
Wait
store.
A minute,
it's just a dumping ground for shit.
Angry Birds, they're fucking making a new a game called Repeat, I think it's called, or something. It's a clone of Angry Birds, but you're a fighter plane.
Oh, for God's sake.
Carry on.
Terrible. But like, yeah, I mean,
shit.
it's like, I mean, Steam made a comment a while ago that they don't want to just become like an indie outlet where all the indie games go to be sold. They are genuinely in danger now of not becoming an indie outlet. They're in danger of becoming a shit game outlet, because through the Greenlight system, through early access, frankly, any piece of shit like Earth Year 2066, which is not an original concept, it doesn't look very good, the feature list is not impressive. If you want to play a post-apocalyptic survival game, then, I don't know, maybe you could play, say, Fallout, which is what they said it was based on. I mean, maybe you could play Stalker. Maybe there's any number of games that you could play instead
Stalker
of early
is
accessing.
fucking quality. And I think there's a mod out for Stalker. Like a fan-made mod came out recently, which is amazing. I just tried to change the scene.
Why would you buy this?
I just tried to change the scene. Shut up, son. I just tried to change the scene. But apparently there's a technical fault with this setup where changing the scenes over from the face webcam, the big webcam, the home screen thing, to the thing I'm going to show you with the browser, it sort of just doesn't reload the browser, which is really irritating. But what I want to show you with that, but I'm not going to bother setting it up now, is the Humble Store. Because, like you said, Kiri, like Steam doesn't want to get known for, you know, indie games and all this stuff. I mean, obviously it wants to sell them, but doesn't want to be flooded with them. Like a good alternative really is the Humble Store. If you look at it, there are actually some good deals on this, and I think most of them, probably all of them, have Steam keys, and they may even have DRM-free keys. I mean, I'm looking at it now, and I can see Batman Arkham Origins, which I don't think's that good, right? But it's $6.99, down from $22.99. That's a good deal. Nidhogg is on there, $5.99. I think that's kind of expensive, considering how much content's in Nidhogg. But we enjoy Nidhogg, and I'd say it's probably worth that. You know, it's fun. You've got The Walking Dead on there. You've got Outlast. You've got Blade Symphony. You've got Shadowrun Returns. You've got Trine. You've got, you know, there are alternatives to Steam, and like, you know what? I think Steam is literally that big now. It can afford to fuck about, and it does. It fucks about a lot. You know what? Why the fuck does the Steam client lag like shit? Why does it lag? It lags like a fucking bitch. That does, and I'm like,
it does.
Holy hell! Like, what is going on? Like, you know what I do, guys? I browse Steam through their fucking website. I don't even go.
Yeah.
I don't even use the client. I don't even load it up. It annoys the shit out of me. Only to play games, like, because it's so slow. It's like, oh, deal, click on it. Load, please.
Or currently unavailable. That's my favourite. Then you go to the store, the website, and you click it, and it works instantly. Because, you know, why not? It's just, I don't know. Like, this Earth Year 2066 thing is really kind of, it's been like a little wake-up call for me, because Steam has been pissing me off for a little while now. The front page is not curated, and there's just, they're like, publishers come along and dump like 20-year-old titles all over.
Yeah, and it says new release as well. It's like, fuck off, that came out in 2001. It's like, that ain't new. What?
And it's just, oh yeah, great, we've got games that used to be an arcade in 1999. Brilliant, that's definitely new. No, fuck off, it isn't. The number of early access games on Steam has just got beyond ridiculous. I mean, it's like, everyone looked at Minecraft and how successful that was and went, we could do that. Yeah, you can. Arguably, you can. But say what you like about Minecraft, whether you love it or hate it, at least they actually did what they said they were going to do. Like, you paid for the game, and what have you got? You've got a game that gets updated like every other week. Content is continually pouring out for that game. It is not stagnated. It's not sat there doing nothing. Stuff is implemented all the damn time. It's like if a mod comes out that is particularly successful, chances are you'll see it in the game. Potions in Minecraft were a mod. Now they're just part of the core game. Because the team were like, hey, that was a good idea. And they just did it. But these early access games here, they're not trying to do that. What they're trying to do is get you to give them your money so they can make a shitty rip-off game, spend 8 months doing so, and then keep the cash. That's all it's for.
Well, they're not accountable to anyone. I think there's, like, the problem is, like, where's the money? Like, who is issuing the refund? Like, this game has sold copies, this Earth Year load of shit, and it says they're issuing the refund to Steam. Well, is Steam doing that out of its own pocket? Because if they've sold a product and that money's already gone through, these guys could have disappeared. You know, like, I don't know what
they could have tried
from.
to do a Brad McQuaid.
Yeah,
I'll take 38% and piss off. It's like, yeah. I mean, that's the thing as well. These devs, however many of them there are, I kind of have trouble believing that they took the money and sat there going, Okay.
Killing
Get to
Day
work.
Studios, they're called.
It sounds, frankly, like they took the money and were like, "Yeah, fuck it." And
And that
I mean,
was their plan from the get-go. But as we said at the
Yeah.
start of this, who the hell would even buy the game? It looks absolutely shit. I
Who
think
would buy it?
People are
Why
too
was it
generous.
greenlit?
They're too
And
generous.
why?
Too generous. Oh, it's in early access. Will help this. It'll get better.
It's like
Number one, right?
It was
Fuck this entire idea of I'm going to buy a game that's in early access, and I'm going to support them, and I'm going to hope that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. Because early access empowers developers to release games that are not finished or are not in playable states, because it'll get better eventually. And it's like, okay, DayZ's a good example of this. I bought it, you bought it. Early access, the standalone this is, okay? It'll get better. Yeah, it'll get better. But the fucking development is so slow on it. It's just world-endingly bad. We played it, didn't we, on the stream a couple of weeks ago, like last week. First time in about 4 or 5 months it was, yeah? And what improvements could you... Well, okay, it ran way faster, but we've got absolutely fucking supercomputers now compared to what we had then.
Yeah.
You know, we've got like 780s and... I mean, what the hell? But anyway, like... I feel like I've been... Like, it's a really hard one, DayZ, because I feel like I've been kind of robbed, but I still have had like a really fun time playing it. So it's like, it's sort of like, but other games that released with like this bag of shit, with nothing in the fucking game, and then they're like, oh, but it's early access, it'll be there, because that's a good way of covering up the fact that you ain't fucking made the stuff.
And this is the thing as well. It's like, the problem with these basically cash grab bullshit games is the more early access shit like this that comes out, people will back it, it'll fall through, and they'll stop giving early access to other stuff. Now, on the whole, I can't really say, oh, fuck early access, because it's like, I'd be a bit hypocritical, because I bought the, what was it called? One of the ridiculous ships on
Star Citizen. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirioff has spent $500 on Star Citizen.
Shut your mouth. No, I haven't.
He would not admit to it in public. I have done it for him.
It was €130. But like, that's like, so I can't really sit there and go, don't ever Kickstart, don't ever early access. But at the same time, you've got to. People don't seem to do any research into this shit, I think, is the main problem. They just don't bother. It's like, oh, that sounds like a cool thing, I'll buy it. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It's like, who bought this game? Who looked at this game and thought to themselves, I could go and play Fallout 3, I could play New Vegas, I could play Stalker, I could play anything, but instead, I like the look of this low-res piece of shit that's had no development
I'm
put into
helping them
it.
develop it.
And it's like, I think the other thing as well is, that should not have been on Steam to begin with. The Greenlight system is totally shit.
It would not take a lot of effort for Steam to get some sort of system in place. They make enough money. They can employ the people to do this. It's not an issue. It's not like, oh, we haven't got the manpower to do it. Like, I guess in the case of YouTube, where it's like, a copyright claim. Well, we get millions of videos uploaded a day. We'd need 200,000 employees to do this. We cannot do that, so we have to have a stupid automated system, which is a load of shit. But on Steam, no. You probably only need like 20 people. You probably don't even need that many, but who cares? People who can go,
you need people.
What we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at what they've sent through the Steam page. This is not English. Reject. Look at War Z. Oh, they're lying about their features. Reject. It's like, this is not hard. Yeah. I could do this. Steam, pay me 200 grand a year. I'll do it.
The thing is, though, that Steam thought they were doing this with Greenlight. But that's the worst thing, because these people don't give a fuck. Because Greenlight is like a way for people to get their game on Steam. No, it's not. It's a way for people who have absolutely no loyalties or priorities to Steam to vote for any old shit because they think it's funny.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Exactly. Any idiot can put any shit up there, and people can go, yeah, that looks fucking hilarious. I'll Greenlight that. No, don't do that. That's a terrible system, because what you're basically saying is you're saying to people, can you quality control new content for us, when the people who are supposed to be doing the quality control have absolutely no reason to do it. Like, they have no reason. There is no point in them making any effort to do it. There's like going to be a dedicated few, a dedicated minority, who sit there and actually want to greenlight stuff that is worth greenlighting. Everyone else is either there because their mate, the indie developer who once made a platformer that looked like shit, has got a game on Greenlight, or, someone from fucking V board on 4chan says,
Oh,
"Lol, this
God,
game's
no.
got tits," and everyone goes, "Let's greenlight it." It's like it's a shit system, and Steam seems to have put it up and thought to themselves, "Oh well, the community will take care of it." I hate to break it to you, Steam, but no, the internet is not a place, right, where you can just put an idea for a game on your multi-billion-dollar games distribution platform and hope people take it seriously. That's not how it works. No one who has any ounce of experience with your average internet user would think that's a good idea. Why did they do it? Why is something like Earth Year 2066 on Greenlight? Why is it that the Greenlight stuff, right, when it gets greenlit, why is there not a second process of people looking at it from Steam going, you do realise that if we put this on Steam, we'll look like colossal wankers, don't you?
Yeah.
We shouldn't do that.
But they don't care.
Someone's
They're
taking
like,
the
money,
piss.
money.
Instead,
It's
it just
funny
goes through. And
in
then
a
they end up
rich
taking it down
Caven
like
world.
months later because everyone's like, you do realise that this is a massive scam. And they go, is it? Oh, yeah, it's okay. We'll sort that. No, don't let it go to that stage. Fucking sort it out at the start. Then you wouldn't have this bullshit every few months.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping it up. The question is, or the questions are, do you think this is going to get worse? Is there going to be more examples of this? Will Steam clean up its act? It needs to. Is it going to do it? We just don't know. Oh, Killing Day Studio is going to go and kill themselves because that's what they should do because this was fucking terrible. Have you bought Earth Year 2066? If you have, I want a full review in the comments section below, ladies and gentlemen. A full detailed review. Do not send me copies of this game. Well, you can't send me copies of this game on Steam. So, and I think we'll leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. So this has been HOTFIX, which is, as you know, the best topical gaming debate show on YouTube by about 1,000 miles. And we are Unit Lost. I'm Stylosa. You can follow me on Twitter at Unit Lost Gaming.
Twitter?
Twitter.
Oh, yes. Do follow me on Twitter. You can follow me as well. I'm at Kirioth. Easy to remember.
He's almost at 1,000 followers now.
Yeah.
He's doing
come and read my drivel.
It's usually abusive, but that's good. So yeah, we're out of here. Like the video, share it, all that good stuff. And we'll catch you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Toodaloo. Hey.